got chocolate. Plain chocolate. Better. My speakers are going. Nice for the cold, nice chocolate. Not good for the diet, but anyway, welcome to it. Midday report. Thank you, Pam Nadu. First up, Kubashi Naika joins us. Rajan Kari Singh. Please tell me about the name Kari Singh. Where did you get Kari Singh from? Every time I see Kari Singh, I'm going to ask you, where did you get that from? Ash Bissendale was in a shower last night. Charlene, Rhino James. Let me process my chocolate. Jitan is from, or Sima is from Strand in the Western Cape, right? My speakers, I need new speakers. My speakers are past. I need 6x9s. Saras Gopal says hi. Jackie Munsam. Hello, Jackie. Right. Good afternoon and welcome to the program. My chocolate is just flavoring my mouth. Stuck on all my teeth, all my holes, all my cavities. Rajan Kari Singh says name from grandparents. Well, that's where it got fucked up, actually, the Kari Singh. Nice to find out how they butchered that name. I don't think Kari Singh is an actual surname. And I'm not being harsh on you or trying to call you out. I'm just saying. Kogi Naika says, hi, Paul, Angel, Kelly, Angel or Angel. Adil Dilabai Ismail says, good afternoon, all the way from Nell Sprite. Ash says, oh, why are you telling them our stories over here? Dirty ways you got. She was in the shower last night and couldn't watch me live. Anyway, good afternoon, everyone. It's Monday, the 18th of October. Another brand new week in South Africa. Things are looking up, things are looking down. Depends where you are looking. Elections around the corner and electioneering in full swing. Talking about electioneering in full swing tonight on the political desk. You try to say this, try to say something with the P. Political. Try saying it p. When people do speech, the p, how it comes out. Political desk. Today, 8 o'clock features Naren Ganesh. He's an independent candidate standing in Ward 34, whatever. I'll come to know that. I'm not sure which ward he's standing in, but nice to hear from an independent candidate why he's standing as an independent, not with a party, and what difference will he make. Tomorrow, Nicole Graham from the DA joins us on the political desk. And then on Wednesday, hopefully we get the person from the EFF on board. If not Wednesday, it'll be another day, but definitely for time for Wednesday, someone from the EFF will be joining us. By the way, the EFF has an Indian candidate in Phoenix standing for election as part of the EFF. That'll be quite interesting there. And Thursday, guys, please tag friends, let people know. Thursday, we have Advocate Shando Teron, Attorney Shando Teron from Teron Incorporated. He is a custody specializes in matrimonial divorces and custody matters. So he's talking about parental rights, especially a father's rights. He's very pro that, he knows a lot about the law. So we're going to talk that on Thursday. Welcome to it. If you just joined us, good afternoon and welcome. As the title for my show says, I'm just use some WhatsApp messages. Sushila Naidu says, hi, it's today's show brought to you by Desi Dating. Now, if you didn't watch my show last night, I was honored to launch Desi Dating last night on a Sunday evening. It was a soft launch, and then we're going to go into it. You're going to be hearing a lot more about it. I'm so excited to be a part of this team by the way, being handpicked as the influencer to market Desi Dating. Quite some interesting conversations we had last night. By the way, warms my heart when they told me this morning already they've had people emailing them, already people wanting to sign up. So while there may be some people who thought this might not work, this doesn't work. This works for a very niche, select market audience. I just want to tell you and ask you, and Kogilambal Naidu is going to sign up. Of course, she's from the Western Cape, or formerly from Cape Town. Kogilambal, why would you sign up if you want to share with us? Yeah, Kubashi says, well done. Well, yeah, they selected me to promote the brand because they believe I speak to their target market, the Indian population, so to speak. Christina says you was more excited than the single people are. Yep, I was, and I am excited when my name is put out there. They select me and they choose me. Ash says I accidentally joined that dating group, but I'll leave that group. Hope you understand. What dating group did you join, Ash Percentile? You accidentally joined. What do you mean you accidentally joined but you leave? You don't need to leave a group if you joined. What are you talking about? The Desi Dating Facebook page. You can be there and watch what happens. That's not a problem to be there. Right. I spoke at length yesterday. I will speak again today. Very quickly, let me tell you how Desi Dating operates. For those of you who don't know, it's one of the safest platforms. By the way, a lot of effort has been put into safety in today's day and age. You are a single person, especially a single female wanting to Alden says I'm interested females only, age group 19, near coffin. Right. Also, when I'm talking about dating stuff, leave your stupid comments aside, because there are people who are desperately wanting to meet life partners. Please don't come with your silly comments here. I'll block you, because you're being insensitive to people who are looking for a life partner, who are looking for love, and there are people like that out there. If you have a partner and you have a girlfriend, good for you. If you can date, good for you. If you don't have a problem picking up men or women or going out on dates, good for you. The problem is that there are people out there who battle in this scenario. And that is why these platforms become important. And I know many people, some even friends of mine, who battled for years. Ricky Biar says, strange if this is about dating. I noticed many married people here just saying. Ricky Bihari, married people can be on here. That's not a problem. It doesn't mean it's for single people only. Married people can be online because they might know single people. They might know people who this will benefit from. They may add to the conversation, add to what we're saying, and add to how we can make this platform better. As a brand ambassador, I was very involved in putting together this product. They came to me for many advices as to how the website should be structured, how the rules should be structured. Ash says, yes, by nature about this, if you don't have anything good to say, then just don't comment. That's it. And Ricky Biari makes a point. I've addressed the point there that we are. And I'm taking this rather seriously in this respect that, and by the way, already I've seen, which they've shown me, people are applying for membership. And that straight away, after just one feed last night, the very first advert came out last night. People are already on the website, already on the Facebook page, people already wanting to sign up with this platform. And that means that I was correct. The creators of this group are correct, that there is a market for this, and a very niche market who are prepared to pay the price for a quality service. And that's where Desi Dating sets itself apart from the other dating apps. This is not just a dating app. Kogilama says, due to the way we were brought up, you know the Indian culture. I am from the old school. Desi Dating safe and secure. I would give it a try. Safe and secure is the way to go. So let me tell you about safety and security. Very important, especially for a female in this day and age. Firstly, if you want to become a member, you'll have to apply. Not everyone is guaranteed membership. You have to apply. First step, you apply. Second step, there will be a professional trace. Understand this clearly. Everybody who applies to be a member does not become a member automatically. You will have to undergo or subject yourself to a professional trace via a tracing agent. Ashna says some married people are married but separated for years. Indeed, that's true as well. True as well. So basically, a tracing agent will run a trace on your ID number with your permission and knowing what's happening, only to gather the following information: that you're not married, that you're single, your residential address, your criminal record, any blacklisting, that sort of. So some basic information that you are who you say you are. Don't let others dictate to you, and don't allow others to get to you. You do you. Thank you. But I had to just tell them that when to buzz off, when to get off. Hello says, hi, K Ready. So basically, the tracing agent will be able to pick out what you put in your application form, that you're single, that you live in a certain area, and all of that. Very, very important. The first step as a tracing agent to get rid of the shit. That's what Desi Dating does. You get rid of the shit very early on. Married guys can't get on. If you lied about your criminal record or your financial status, your blacklisting, credit record, all of those things will come up. And all of those things are important because when you date someone, you have to go to 3, 4, 5, maybe date them for a couple of months before you come to realize it's very, very vital information, which is now said to you upfront. Once you pass the vetting process, then there's a one-on-one online interview with the creator of Desi Dating, Madam X. And she is actually the matchmaker herself, and she will have a one-on-one interview with you online, basically to know a lot more about the person that she is dealing with. So her whole strategy is to get to know the person's character, the real character of the person. And when I was chatting to her, she says to me, right, so I said, how does online interview work? Well, she says, well, I'll be online with the person. They will be in their home scenario, and she will be able to ask the guy or the lady to turn the camera around, show the home scenario, what the lounge looks like, what the kitchen looks like, what his bedroom looks like, what his wardrobes look like, how he packs his cupboards, all of these things, which she says, it makes sense to me, alludes to the character, personality of the person. I don't know if you agree. Like the way you pack your cupboards, the way you put your dishcloth over the handle of the oven, the way you put your dining room chairs, the animals in your house. If you've got animals, dogs, and they're all over the sofa, good for you. We need to know that. Maybe the person that we're trying to hook you up with doesn't like dogs on the sofas. These are the things that we need to figure out, need to find out a bit more. And she's saying, once she figures all that out, she says writing everything on a page is easy. We can understand that. But she says once she starts talking to a person, a lot more of the character will come out of the person. The person is forced to answer, talk. How eloquent can you talk? How do you phrase? How do you speak? Is your sentences short, long? There's so much that can be. Christina says, totally agree. Your lifestyle and standards are important indeed. I mean, Christina Governor, you might know if you go out with a guy, he gives you his resume, whatever, you go out with him, and on the date is all this and all that. Then you invite to his posing, is a bit of a slob. Like you got things lying around, doesn't care. That. I mean, when will you get to know that about a guy? When you go to his house, and of course, Indian people don't go to a guy's house on the first date. Come on, they go to a hotel room. So yeah, so every day I'll give you a bit more about it, about the vetting process and all of that. We will get more into dating, as I'm very excited about it, and I'm glad that people are signing on because it means what I thought about this project will be good. It is playing itself out. So I'm very happy to be part of that. By the way, let me get you onto the. You can ask your questions, and if you want, we'll talk about Desi Dating almost every day today. I'll give you bits and pieces about that. Do you feel there's a need for such a platform? If not for you, for others, do you have friends or family? If you're eating lemons or you're friendly. Yep, Kogilama is right. If you're eating lemons or you're friendly, you'll find that out by the interviews. So, guys, this morning we had regarding, I'm switching totally now to another topic. By the way, Desi Dating's membership, let me just say, pushing a launch membership, free membership, free in inverted commas. Nothing is really free, but the membership is free. So A silver membership, which costs you around 3,000 to 4,500 rand, uh, is being offered absolutely free. Yes, so go onto the website www.desidating.co.za, or go onto their Facebook page. There, my team will put up the links to that, www.desidating.co.za. A free membership is being offered. Now, what is free? The silver membership, which is a 6-month membership, is offered free. However, I'm saying this upfront, you will be charged the 500 rand application fee, which covers the tracing agent and the administration fee. There we go. So 500 rand will cover that. And if you are vetted and you're found to be successful, then the silver membership is absolutely free. This is a limited offer. Guys, take advantage. Kogilam only told my family members and friends, says Kogilam Balnaido. Get onto the website www.desidating.co.za. Hopefully my PA will put up the link as I'm talking about it. For Desi Dating, and you can pick up the link from there. So, of course, the 500 rand is a non-refundable fee. So, if you found out to be a bit of a scam, you haven't given all the proper information, then that 500 rand falls away. Let me just check where is my PA, who hasn't been posting any links in the meantime while we are here. I have to give a bit of a rollicking for that. So let me just haul over the coals. Charmaine, when are you going to be posting the link that I'm talking about? It's not being posted. Huh? What? So you can't post? No? Post now. Charmaine is coming and giving me a story there. She can hear me talking about it, and she's busy on the live, not posting the links. Casey, there's a lot of wolves in sheep's skin out there. Of course, there are wolves in sheep's clothing. However, Desi Dating will find them out. It's very hard for someone. So let me tell you the other part of Desi Dating, which is great. And I was going to talk about this tomorrow or another day. When you are hooked up or linked up with people on the platform as males and females, boys and girls, uncles and aunties going out on dates, Desi Dating will follow you on your process, which means if Charmaine Pillay is going out with Patrick Naidu, Desi Dating will know on Saturday, Charmaine Pillay is going out with Patrick Pillay, and they will know which restaurant you're going to, how you're going for the date. There will be a follow-up of the date after that. So nobody can just come here, do their own things and not know what's happening. Desi Date, this is where the personalization of the platform comes in. They will know everything about what you're doing, who you're going out with, when you're going out, which restaurant. That is a safety feature, because if Patrick Pillay wants to pull a stunt or Patrick Pillay wants to do something untoward, then Desi Dating will know exactly what was happening. Will there be people of different races because my white friends are interested? Of course, there will be people of different races, Christina Govender. It's a non-racial platform. We do believe our target market is Indian, but it is a non-racial platform. Casey, what if the person acts all innocent, but she is a narcissist? How will one be able to pick this up? I'm not asking for myself, but for others. Well, how will you pick it up? As we talk a bit to them, as Madam X will do, and when they go out on dates, which I just mentioned. If Charmaine Pillay goes out with Patrick Pillay and she figures out very early on, she will come back and report to Madam X and to Desi Dating team how a date went, and she will report back on Patrick Pillay. In Patrick's Pillay file, there will be a note about Patrick Pillay. This is how he behaves. He treated the waiter with disrespect. He didn't pay the bill on time. Things about him that way, he's a narcissist or whatever. I'm a narcissist according to people. So all those characteristics will come out. All those things will be made a note of. And then Patrick Pillay will be spoken to with regards to that. Check out his reaction. And when he's being referred to other people, these pointers will come out as part of his character. So there we go. That's how we'll get to know a lot more about the person as they go on dates. Charmaine sent out the link there for the Desi Dating website, www.desidating.co.za. This morning, by the way, very quick update on the Phoenix accused. If you know that I formed a group, Justice for the Phoenix Accused Facebook group, that's going quite well. We are tracking the 9 accused. By the way, the Phoenix Nine who were originally accused or arrested, the Phoenix Nine, those were the first people arrested, are still in incarceration. Next court appearance, I think, is next week, Tuesday, or tomorrow, by the way. Tuesday is the next court appearance for bail. There are still hearings to be held, so bail not necessarily going to be granted tomorrow. These guys have been in jail for more than 70 days in terms of that. So we got the bank account going. We had a Zoom meeting this morning with our task team. We have one person all the way from Australia. Ashita Dairam is part of our task team all the way from Australia, trying to assist people in South Africa, whereas our own South African people, unfortunately, are not so willing to come on board and help in terms of what we are doing. Asha Manal, so hi Casey. What we have decided to do is, what was I going to say about this? The court case is tomorrow. Bank account is opened, and we are still raising funds. A lot of people are saying the attorneys are pro bono. Isn't you can't be arrested for 60 days, not be charged. Well, I think they're charged. They have been charged. So that's why they appeared in court. So long in jail. Yep, 70 days, more than 70 days in jail. Lots of issues in terms of the 70 days. Food being the number one issue, that they're not be getting proper meals there. Thanks for keeping us updated. It's very much appreciated. Thank you, Ash Percendale. So the task team is busy at work. They're busy compiling. Something that's coming up, people asked us, why are we raising money? Because the attorneys are pro bono. Well, that's not the story coming out of the accused families. Attorneys have reduced fees, but we are hearing, but we tend to confirm with each of them who is pro bono and who is actually paying. So from a lot of them, we've been hearing that they're paying every time the attorney, not paying, but being charged. They may not necessarily be paying upfront, but they're being charged as an account. And those fees will become due and payable. By the way, it's clear from the evidence in the courtroom last week, a video being played, that a lot of the accused, the 9, are going to be exonerated because there is really no real proof of them being involved in a murder or an assault. So most of the charges, by the way, I keep forgetting the word, that they are being charged with being, or it's called common cause. I keep forgetting that. I want to say complicit. Most of them are being charged with common cause. What is common cause? Common cause, if there's a murder happened in your house or in your area, in your yard, and you were present in the yard or in your house, then they are arresting you for common cause, that you are part of the proceedings that happened. You may not necessarily have done anything, but you were there. So these guys were standing at the garage, I think it was Northern Drive, and I started to be corrected there. And a body was found behind the garage. There is no proof, there is no videos showing these guys attacking, killing, maiming that individual. However, because the body was found behind that garage, as far as I know, information I have so far, the 9 accused are being charged with that murder or being or common cause for being part of standing around with golf sticks or spoons or whatever in your hand, that common cause to the murder. Right, so that's where we are. If you'd like to help, you can WhatsApp me 073-767-5836 in whatever way possible. I'm going to make a quick phone call to Councillor Johnson here. Let me see if I can get him online. There's a DA councillor, by the way. Let me just get number right if I can. Numbers are coming up. Why? So let me try again. And I can't seem to get him on there. Let me try another number. This guy, the DA councillor made a really, really bad, stupid comment on the platform. I'm just going to try and get his number quickly and give him a call. Let's make him give us some answers. Oh, by the way, at 3 o'clock today, I'm interviewing somebody from what you may call it, service delivery, justice for service delivery, or something like that. Yeah, service delivery. What's up, Casey? If you would like to make contribution, let's get Councillor Johnson on the phone. Let's hope you answer. Dear Councillor, by the way.
Councillor Johnson speaking.
Good afternoon, Councillor Johnson. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Fine, thanks. How can I help?
You're speaking to KC Karocharo here.
Casey, Carlo Charo. How are you, sir?
Well and you, sir. Well and you.
Okay, man.
By the way, I have you on speakerphone and you're live on my platform, the Midday Report on Facebook.
Yeah.
So I have people listening to you at the moment.
Sorry, again, I'm in the traffic here.
I have people listening to you on my platform at the moment on Facebook. I've called you on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Councillor Johnson, I posted about you this morning. You made a comment for a lady in Verulam or somewhere giving out hampers. You picked on the EDEC, you picked on the meals on a DA group.
Yeah.
What was that about? I found the comment to be highly irresponsible. In fact, yeah, I was quite disgusted by it. If that's what it is. There was a lady called Lynn Maraj who's handing out meals, and you took a right royal swipe at her and ADEC. You remember that?
Yeah, all right. Okay, I appreciate you calling me to listen to me and give my version of it, okay?
Yeah.
I think it's good. Firstly, are you aware that that woman that made that remark, is she related to the candidate?
Yes.
Okay, you are.
Yes, I think her husband or someone standing for ADEC.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Now the other thing is, my issue is not political parties using food, especially donated food, for political gain. That's my issue. And I'm finding it very, very disappointed that people come into the office and circulate confidential circulars that are circulated internally.
You mean the DA? You mean the DA is from your DA group?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's a DA thing to answer for. Obviously, somebody is like a snitch in your group there, and they're sending out your stuff there. So you must sort that out. But Councillor Johnson, I actually had I contacted Nicole Graham. She says she knows you to be a good person. Generally, that's what she said. She didn't come back to me anything else. But why would you say something about there's no ADEC in this picture here? There's no ADEC regalia or.
Okay, Carlo Charo, can I call you that?
You can call me. You can call me. You can call me Casey. No problem. No problem.
All right, Casey. Let me explain something. I've received complaints from my people that live in my ward in the Mount View area.
Right.
Okay, and then they say that it's in no uncertain terms that the people that came and distributed the food. Firstly, they didn't mention anything about the food being donated by Food for Life.
Right.
Right? And they don't mention anything that. Okay, maybe I'm just getting a bit. Okay, let me just say it like it's supposed to be said. These people were told in no uncertain terms that they will be supplied food and hampers in the future after the election, and they need to support the party. Right? And they were even told to join a WhatsApp group. Now, I mean, that is a reality. You can't dispute that.
But Councillor Johnson, let's be realistic, right? In this area, even the DA and the Phoenix accused and all of that, every political party rides on an issue that is sensitive. That people, I mean, if you went to an area where there was no light, you will be canvassing for lights for those people to make sure, because you're picking on something that they're going to latch onto. And this thing about giving food and all of that, I mean,
Have a problem. I don't have a problem with people going out and canvassing. It is their right to do that. If they are a bona fide legitimate political organization, they have every right to canvass, but they need to canvass in a responsible way as well. I find it totally immoral, and you say I'm live, quote my words, immoral and reprehensible that, political parties will give food to the people and use that particular food, especially donated food, to score political points. Now, this Maharaj woman, okay, it's obvious, like I said earlier on, I'm not, I am in tune with the dynamics in my ward. I can honestly say that she has never at one time mentioned on the Facebook page and to the community that she is related to the candidate. Now, the point I'm making is, why was she not entirely transparent? Now, that's my issue. My issue is that we should not be using food because people are living in poverty. We should not exploit them. And this particular political party was never ever seen in my ward, right? The only people that they are targeting are the Indian people of Mountview, and I find that very, like I said,
but Councillor Johnson, thanks for that. The thing. By the way, we have Devan Govinda who speaks highly of you, the things you've done. I'm not here to discredit you in any way, but what I will tell you, so what I was disappointed of, and I posted on my page about it, in terms of this, and you guys who are obviously rallying for votes, I think we should stay away, with my opinion, that is, focus on what you are doing and not what somebody else is doing. Because remember, according to me, even if they were doing what they were doing, they weren't doing something that's anti-DA or talking about the DA. But yet you went and discredited a person, discredited another party. That I find to be not acceptable. If you do what you do, see, let me finish. Let me finish. You see, your good work is being spoken about as somebody speaks that you went door to door during the what. Even on my live, they're speaking good things about you, right? I think why don't we concentrate on speaking what you do and do what you do instead of picking on somebody else? That to me is what I felt was wrong.
Okay, you see, let me explain to you, KC.
Sir.
At no time, I am on Facebook, but at no time, I don't have the time to go on Facebook and make chit chat. Really. I've got some very serious, deserving people in my ward that require my services. Now, this mudslinging is not my thing.
Right.
Let me make that explicitly clear to all the people that are live right now. Okay, this was started off by EDIC and the people that they have that have infiltrated my GA internal WhatsApp group, okay, to take out information meant purely for the people on my group and put it out of the public domain. Right, now, I'm sure the Copy Act is prevents that, okay? So that is an issue on its own. Secondly, I have never at this point have done any negative campaigning. Okay, on the contrary, it's my political opponent. And might I say, I've used this on my communication mushroom party, because that's exactly what they are. Now, I'm going to say this clearly. Apart from the accusation about the food that's lied and the one you're talking about, on another group, on another platform, I'm accused of rape and stealing. All right, like a thief in the night. Posters. Now, Charo, please, let's understand something. You made an accusation. I have not rubbished any party. On the contrary, it's other people, other parties that have made blatant accusations on the public domain, tarnishing my name and my image. Now, these are cowardly acts from cowardly people. I'm going to say that very clearly because they mentioned on that platform the footage of me removing posters from.
Okay, Councillor, I gave you enough time to talk. Thank you. I allowed you to say that. I'll give you another chance. But you see, maybe I'm living in a utopian world where everything should be in a certain way. And I understand sometimes you want to hit out, but you've been long enough as a councillor, I think, in this game here. to say a new mushroom party to pop up just before the elections, you are slandering another party. Not that I'm a fan of Visvin Reddy or a fan of ADEC or promoting them. I'm just saying, and then you say delivered broken rice, vegetables, biryani to the poor. I'm saying to you that you long enough in this game. Maybe you've done this, but maybe don't do it again. Focus on your own good. Your own good will see you through. People will talk shit about you. People try to bring you down, but those who support you will always support you, because the good work you do, you don't have to spend thousands campaigning because you've done the good work. It just bothers me that you need to stoop to this level. To If they're doing that, let them do it. Your good work will shine. That's where I come in, Councillor Johnson.
Basically, I fully agree with what you're saying. All right? And it is for that very same reason that I have not stooped down to anybody's level to respond on Facebook. All I'm doing is reading the comments, getting advice from people, legal advice included, but I have never responded because, like you use the word stoop to that level.
Yeah.
I will not stoop to that level. Okay? But at any given time, my doors are open, my lines of communication are open to the media, all right? And including yourself, I consider you part of the media. So I will not be defending myself unless I'm called upon to do so. Similarly, these people are making accusations that need to back it up. I do not consider these mushroom parties to be any threat to me in my campaign. Simple reason being, if there's anybody's focus that I would be removing, it would be my main opponent, the ANC. Now, why would I go and remove and endanger my career, endanger my public image, my integrity by going and removing posters?
Well, Mr. Councillor Chetty, I think if you've been longer in this game than me, I think politics, say, is a dirty game. It's a cliche. It is a dirty game. I don't think that's why I haven't stood anywhere or done anything, because I don't think I can stand what goes on with these people and sending out information. But I want to end with saying, look, I raised the point on my platform. You must have known it or not known about it, because I did find it, and I did tell you again. I think that post was uncalled for and it should never have been done. On the same token, you got good comments coming through from people. So I want to wish you well, sir, and tell you, if you are doing a good job, continue doing a good job. It's not my job to bring you down or to embarrass you in any way. I just posted on the group. I made it known to you. I still think you should never have done that post. And if you are doing a good job, continue doing a good job. I'm going to give you to end to speak about yourself and your ward, whatever you want to say. People are listening. I'll give you the last say.
Thanks, Casey. In conclusion, the issues about food, I'm going to say this explicitly. In my term of office in 5 years, I've given food, sometimes from my own pocket, but very especially sponsored food and efforts from various sources to in excess of a few million rand. But at no time did I ever entice or seduce or induce or bribe people to vote for me or my party. And I find it totally immoral when you give food, especially food, to people to use that as a political campaigning tool, unlike the party in question.
Well, we know in campaigning, it's either biryani or it's t-shirts or caps.
But I draw the line at giving food to hungry people.
Yeah, I know. But look, we know that you and I, we can't act like we live under a rock and we don't know what happens in the world. Those are things that do happen. It's going to happen anyway. I want to thank you for coming on and giving us your version. Which ward are you in, Councillor Johnson, if I may ask you?
I'm currently the third ward councillor of Redlam, most of the suburbs in Redlam and Waterloo included.
Can I ask you a question? In your ward, in your 5 years, I know you'll answer, but I'll ask the question anyway. Do you honorably think that you have done your constituency proud? You've done your job well, so that you don't have to campaign too much. The same people will vote for you again because you've done a sterling job.
My actions speak louder than words. I'm not much of a speaker. I'm not much of a campaigner. I'd rather spend time doing work for the community, all right, trying to bridge the gap between the haves and the have-nots, the poor and the downtrodden. I across all racial spectrum. My ward is predominantly 50% Indian, 50% black. I do not campaign purely in Indian areas. I campaign in all of my racial, in the other forgotten half, which is the
Well done.
predominantly.
Can I now that you said that, can I just expand on something? I know I'm expanding on your time. If you just answer this question for me. In that area, seeing that you have like a 50% Indian, 50% black residents, how's the so-called racial tension? What happened before July 12th? And is this thing about a racial tension being conjured up, or have this been, is it real, or have the communities been living in peace for all these years? Can you give us some idea about that?
Okay, there's been no racial tension in my ward or in the Bradford area. Whatever transpired was based purely on criminal elements that have, have done all the looting. But having said that as well, when political parties go to a so-called Indian suburb of my ward and ask the people to vote for them and make statements like, we are Indians, we need to stick to each other, by each other, then I have a problem with that.
No, 100%.
That's because that's racial polarization.
Of course it is. I will agree with you. So you're saying in the 5 years that you were there, because our Premier Cecil Zikalala spoke about racial tension with Indians and blacks, and I'm saying, hell man, for the last 5 years, let's just count the last 5 years, I can't remember any racial incident rearing its head. In the last 5 years, you are ward councillor with a 50% black, 50% Indian population. Has there been this racial tension flare-ups or anything of that sort?
Well, Casey, let me say you, during the height of the so-called racial unrest, okay, and I'm going to dispute that racial unrest because purely criminal, right, fueled by political infighting between the ruling party. But having said that, as an Indian, I could walk into any so-called black portions of my ward, all right, including the black suburbs, I won't say the black so-called black, predominantly black townships, and I could be there safe, come on safe. At no time was any racial abuse hurled against me because I was Indian. Yeah, so this thing about racial polarization is nothing that is currently happening, or it never happened in my ward. It's only fueled by people with political interest.
Right, I appreciate that, and thanks for sharing that insight on us, because we don't know what happens in those areas. So it's important that you share with us. We also feel the same way, that this was just brought up by politics, and the racial tension, in fact, didn't really exist. Councillor Johnson, thank you for your time. I appreciate you coming on, and I hope I've done you justice as well in terms of explaining yourself. And have a great day.
Okay, if I may just conclude.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's very important that our potential leaders, or people who aspire to be leaders, they act responsibly and stop making statements that can lead to any racial tensions, because as a minority group in this country, we cannot afford any other racial tension or racial bias. Okay, Casey.
I agree with you 100%. Thank you.
All
And
the people out there,
continue.
Johnson Chetty, Ward 106, over and out.
Continue good work. Cheers. Bye. Right, that was Councillor Johnson Chetty, I think. I didn't get his surname right. Councillor Johnson Chetty. Hopefully I'm cutting the call. Right, there we go. We're out. So there we go. I posted about him on my platform because Lynn Maraj sent me a post about him. I still don't agree with his post where he picks on her and whatever, but we've had that conversation. We moved beyond it. I said to him, I didn't agree with it. I still don't agree with his post, picking on the lady who was giving out the food and picking on other political parties. I think that's just cheap stuff, and we shouldn't be doing that. But politics is indeed a dirty game, and as much as they say that will continue, using food and using caps and t-shirts will always be political. We can't deny that will happen. Catch you guys later tonight. It's 8 o'clock tonight. We'll have Mr. Narendra Ganesh, an independent candidate, speaking about his political ambitions, trying to get in the council. Until then, today's show brought to you by Desi Dating. www.desidating.co.za. Take advantage of their opening offer, absolutely free membership, free silver membership, 6-month membership offering free of charge. Get onto the website www.desidating.co.za. Spread the word, share this live, and you never know, people looking for love, desperately looking for love. You may have found your love, you may have found your life partner. Some people are still looking. Until tonight, 8 o'clock, remember to always keep it. Mother, the name is 3 o'clock. I will be on at 3 o'clock. Yeah, thanks, Ash. I'll be on at 3 o'clock. Hey, Ash is on the ball. I'll be on at 3 o'clock with Mervyn Govender Service Delivery Group. Something like that. I didn't get the name right, but 3 o'clock. Keep it, Mother. The name is Casey Caro. Join me at 3 o'clock.